Today, I'm going to show you how to use Google to write your book so that you can get your book published and finally get paid for your writing. As a writer, you've probably seen so many different programs out there and you want to know which one you should choose. Well, today I will show you how to use Google Docs to get your book written. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Writing with Mandy Jo, where writers like you get tips, tricks, and how-to advice every week. So be sure to subscribe. I'm Mandy Jo. Our topic today is using Google Docs to write your book. And it's important because you don't always want to spend money on writing software. So let me help you. First off, we're going to do the simplest thing. Where do you find your Google Docs? First, do you have Gmail? So let me open up one more thing real quick here. There we go. And I'm going to share my screen in just a moment here. Okay. There, we're sharing the Google. I'm actually using Microsoft Edge, but you're going to get the same type of feel with Google Chrome. So you're on the Google homepage. And if you've got a Gmail account, you automatically have Google Docs. So up here in the right-hand corner by your photograph, it's going to show, or your avatar, it's going to show your Google account. There's these 9 dots, and with those 9 dots, it says Google Apps. You click on that and it drops down. I have already arranged these in what I use most often. So you put them, you can move them around. You can move them to wherever you want. So we click on Google Docs and it will bring up Google Docs. How about that? Now, the first time that you use this, it's not going to have a whole list of documents. But as you use it, everything will come up in the order you last opened it. I happen to have this on Owned by Me. So the first thing you're going to want to do is create a new document. So in the lower right-hand corner, you'll see where it says Create New Document. And right above that is Choose Template. Just create the new document. I love this part. So this is what the document is going to look like. Just a plain piece of paper. Perfect. You will name it. Always name it something that you're going to remember what it is. Also, you've got everything already, all your toolbars. So if you're familiar with Microsoft Word, this is going to feel very familiar. Almost everything that you can do in Microsoft Word, you can do in Google Docs, with the exception of some super user type things. But we're not worried about that. You just want to write your book, or you just want to write a blog post. You want to write whatever you're writing. Maybe it's your Facebook posts. You do a nice long Facebook post or your blog post. You can write it in here and then copy and paste it over onto Facebook. Copy and paste it into your blog, whatever program you use for that. And this stores it. It auto saves it. So we found Google Docs. You found out how to create a new one. You name it. You just click on the untitled document and put in something new. Now, formatting a doc. Now, if you are going to be writing a book and you are going to use the typical US trade size, which is 6x9, I have a template for you. And with that template, if you give me, let me see what that made. I thought I wrote it down. Hashtag book, I will get you the template. So what is the template? I'm going to go back out here. If you click on this blue part, which looks like a document, it will always take you back to your list of documents. So I have, let me go down to US Trade Interior Template. And with this US Trade Interior Template, I can send you a copy of this, but give me a hashtag book, B-O-O-K, and you'll be all set to go. With that, this will, if you notice, 6x9, and the margin's already in there. Now, if you are, depending on how many pages you end up doing, you may have to adjust the margin on the right-hand side. Just saying. So then you just type whatever you're going to type, and that is going to enable you to really make it to where it's easy, because you can access this on your phone. You can take it everywhere you go. You think of something you want to add in, you just type on your phone. Google Docs is very universal. You can look it up on any browser. You can look it up. So you can use any computer. You can use it on your laptop. You can use it on your phone, your tablet. So it's very easy to do. Now you'll add in the front and back matter after you're done writing. So the front matter, you're talking about the cover pages, you're talking about the copyright pages, the table of contents, and at the back, you're going to put in your about the author page. Depending on what you're writing, you may need, if you're doing a biography or some kind of nonfiction, you're going to want to put all of your bibliography in the back. So it all depends on what you're doing. Plus, don't forget, you want to make sure that in the back of that book, they have a way to get a hold of you on your various social media platforms and what books you have already published. They need to find you. They need to read your books. So next, we're going to get to sharing your Google Doc. Okay, you've got this all written. You need to send it to an editor. You need to send it to whomever. Now, there's a couple ways that you can do that. You can go up here to File, Download, and then you can download it into Word, OpenDoc, rich text format, PDF, plain text, a web page, an EPUB. If you're sending this to your editor, ask them what format they want you to send it in. Do they want it in a Microsoft Doc, Word doc, or do they want it in a PDF doc? Now, if you've got readers and you want them to give you feedback, you can click up here in the upper right-hand corner by your avatar and click on Share. When you click on share, it brings up people that you can share with when you click on add groups, because what it does is that tells you who you've sent other documents to, or just copy the link and send it to them. Now, when you do that, anybody that you shared it with, depending on how you shared it, if anybody makes any comments, everybody's going to see it. So what I did was, whenever I would send it to somebody new, I would make a copy. Why do you make a copy? You make a copy so that each individual person can make the comments that they want to make, and you don't have to worry about other people seeing those comments. So you're not giving them any suggestions on what to comment on. That way you can take it back to your original version and make the corrections. And over here, you have a version history. You can name your current version and you can see the history of it. Next up, printing your Google Doc. Now, when you go to print, yeah, you can hit the print button there. I always go in here and hit print. It comes up. Wait a moment. Now, right now, it's going to show you a blank piece of paper because I haven't written anything on it. So you can tell how many copies to make, and you can change the settings to whatever you need it to. This does not have an official 6x9 piece of paper. So if you create it on 6x9, it's still going to print it out on a letter size piece of paper or 5x7. 6x9, the closest is going to be half letter. And I'm going to cancel that because we don't need to print a blank sheet of paper. So when you're downloading the document, you can email it straight from this file. You can email the draft. You can share it over here. Notice it's got share with others, publish to web. Don't recommend that, only because this is a book template. You're writing your book. And then you've got language. What language is it? Page setup, make available offline. This is in Google Docs. It is in a web browser, which means you do need to have access to the internet in order to update it. Now, you can make it available offline, and you can pull that up on your phone. You can, if you are not online, and you'll be able to open it and edit it. And once you are online, it will overwrite your previous version. So any questions, feel free to put them down below in the chat, or is it to the side, depending on how you're watching this, if you're on desktop or if you're on your phone. Leave me a question. I will get back to you. Give me a hashtag replay if you are catching this on the replay and not live. Totally understand. Give me a hashtag book if you want a copy of this template. And I'm going to, there we go. So we went over Google Docs and how to use them, how to create a new one. It automatically saves. This is one advantage that I absolutely love that Google Docs does. In fact, the entire suite of Google programs does that, whether you're in Google Docs, Slides, Sheets, doesn't matter, all three of them, it automatically saves. And you can tell that, let me turn this back on for just a moment here. You can tell that up here next to the name of it, you can star it so it's easy to find. But right here, you can see the document status. So if it has been saved, you will see a cloud with a check mark. It's very cool. I absolutely love it. Now, say you want to collaborate with somebody on your book. You can do, let me bring it up. Maybe it's thinking it. There we go. Join or start a meeting. Select a meeting to join here. Oop. You can start a new meeting, use a meeting code. So that way, if you need to, if you want to collaborate with somebody in writing, you can do that. It's very easy. There we go. So, any questions? I really enjoyed doing this. And if anybody has any questions about Google Docs, let me know. Put them down below or to the side. Let me know your questions. I will get back with you as soon as I can. And next week's topic, gotta love next week's topic. Next week's topic is going to be on a new software. Well, not really new. They've updated it. It is Papyrus Author. Great program, and we'll talk about that next week. So I am Mandy Jo. Thank you for joining me today for using Google Docs to write your book. Click subscribe and join me Wednesdays for Writing with Mandy Jo.